right. Sunday, we taking them to church this day, huh?
Yeah.
This
Right?
weekend, we taking them to church.
Everybody's back.
Sunday.
Should we behave? Because it's Sunday morning instead of Saturday?
Oh.
Okay.
People expect we got
choice
the
is
couch
yours.
now. We're chilling. Let's do what we do.
All right.
Good to see you guys.
Hey,
Everybody
man, I
back
should have
together
brought
again.
the plaid blue jacket today, huh? I didn't know that
you
was
got to coordinate.
I like that jacket.
Yeah, man, you looking good, man.
I like that one. We might have to work something out. All right, let's get to it. How much of an effort should you make to become friends with your neighbors? And one woman's going viral. I saw the look on both of your faces. One woman going viral on Reddit for asking whether she should have been friendlier with a new neighbor. She says the neighbor came to her door, was asking questions about mom meetups, babysitting, social events. The woman doesn't have any kids, and she said her husband preferred to keep to themselves. So she turned down an offer for coffee, telling the new neighbor it seemed like they didn't have much in common.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
I've picked up a lot of sensibilities from my mother.
Okay.
And when somebody new would move into our neighborhood, where I grew up in Wichita, Kansas, she would make a pie or something and walk over to them. They'd exchange numbers and stuff like that, and became fast friends.
You make pies for your neighbors now?
That's what it sounded like he was saying.
I have not picked up that sensibility. I avoid my neighbor. If I hear my neighbor leaving next door to my apartment,
Right.
I'll close the door and stay inside. I know the guy's name, and that's about all I need.
I'm a little uncomfortable with this discussion because they may be watching. So we go to you know your neighbors,
right? It's love thy neighbor, right? Isn't that what we supposed to do?
Allegedly.
Unless they don't cut their grass. Unless they don't shovel their snow.
Do you know a neighbor?
See, that's the problem.
Yeah, I know my neighbor.
By name.
I think it's Keith. It's either Keith or Kevin. I think it's
So
Keith,
that's
right?
enough.
Keith or
I think
Kevin?
it's Keith, right?
And
But-
the problem is sometimes I'm that neighbor who didn't mow their lawn, or I was here, so I didn't get the snow shoveled as often. So they're probably sitting there going, I don't know why he's doing that segment. I don't want to know his name anyway. He's a jerk.
I think this woman was a jerk, though. Like,
Yeah.
that was uncalled for. Like, I mean, it's neighborly. If somebody, like, I had a couple people move in the neighborhood, come by, knock on the door, introduce themselves. Hey, I just moved to the neighborhood. You know, I'm
But,
so-and-so. And
Mike,
I'm cool with that. I think you should at least know your neighbors.
Shouldn't you have gone to them?
Yeah, I'm just not that
When
guy.
they were new.
You're not that,
Yeah, I'm
because
just
they're
not that
new.
guy. Right, I
There's
get it.
I have one neighbor who moved in. We moved in about the same time on the same block, and this was years ago. Like I moved in a little before them. They're the one family on the block that I actually really know.
Okay.
You know, and I've watched their daughter start to grow up, and like they're very cool.
And you had something in common. You all
Yeah.
moved at the same time.
And we met.
Yeah.
Other people I kind of know. Like there's some cool
Yeah.
people on my block. I just don't really see
And
them
it
that often.
depends on like how close do we live to each other. Like if you're in a block that's like all row homes, you're more likely to know your
Right.
neighbor than
Oh,
if
that's
there's
true.
space between you and your neighbor. And
Right.
like, you know, you only see them when they get in their car pulling out the
I've
driveway.
always wondered about that because I grew up in a house that had a yard, backyard, front yard, and not a row home. What is it like to live in a row home?
So I live
Do
in a
you hear
twin.
everything?
I live in a twin, so I kind of have that experience. You hear a lot.
A lot.
Like, and it's good to have, like, it's kind of cool to have people who are up in your business because you know that things are always safe.
They watch
if you
in
go
your house.
along, then, you know, they're going to know
You
what
don't
happened.
like hear
Right.
headboard banging or anything.
This guy, every day it's Sunday, Mike.
Oh, sorry. We normally do this Saturday.
But I only got neighbors on one side, so I don't know what.
What's going on over there?
Yeah.
When I lived in New York, I lived across the hall. I was in Unit 7. My friend Casey was in Unit 8, and he welcomed me to the apartment building. And we are still friends to this day. We would see each other. I would go sit in his place, or he'd sit in my place. We'd look out over the Hudson River, and
You don't
lovely.
want somebody
That's
who's too
lovely.
nosy, though, right?
yeah.
For my neighbors watching, I hired somebody to cut the grass and do the shovel. It's taken care of, y'all. I got you.
Oh,
Gentlemen,
man.
I
it's
did
a
have a
pleasure.
neighbor that asks too many questions.
Yeah, mind your
And
business.
That's too much.
I cut the grass, that's enough.
That's right.